If you're old enough to remember when phones had cords and the only thing that went viral was a cold, then you're in the right place. Welcome to the Big 6-0 with Kaylee Harris and Guy Rawlinson. Because who better to discuss life's second act than two people who still think mature is a type of cheese?
Well, welcome back to the Big 6-0, where the memories are strong, but in this particular episode, the artists' names probably are not. Because today we're diving into 70s one-hit wonders, the songs that you probably knew right up until the second verse. And of course, joining me as always is someone who will claim that she knows all the words to every song from the 70s.
Pretty much.
Kaylee Harris, how are you?
Hello, good, how are you? Now, when we started doing research for this, I didn't even ask you, I didn't even wait for your reply. How are you, by the way?
I'm well, thanks for asking.
Good, no worries. When we started looking into this whole one-hit wonder genre, you know, there was so much material from the 70s and 80s and even in the 90s that we quickly worked out that we could split it up into one-hit wonders from the 70s and a whole nother episode on one-hit wonders from the 80s because there's heaps. So this one today, we're just focusing on the 70s.
It could almost be an Encyclopedia Britannica or the Funkin' Wagonals of music because we're not even going to skim the surface on just 70s one-hit wonders, are we?
Yeah, I know. We just can't fit them all in. There are so many of them. And I know we did a podcast on novelty songs. So there's a bit of, novelty songs tend to only be one-hit wonders.
Well, if you're talking David Seville and the Chipmunks or any of those things, I think we we touched on. Yes, that's true.
But some of the songs we're going to play for you today, they're not novel. They don't come across as novelty songs. They were huge hits in the 70s.
They were massive, and my memories are probably similar to yours. But look, I'm a 70s guy. I know there's 80s guys and 90s girls and all, but I am a 70s guy, and I just love because that's probably those formative years where in our case, we were going from infant school to primary school into high school, and a lot was happening, right?
And we were really becoming musically aware in the 70s, weren't we?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. 100%. So should we kick off?
Let's get into it.
Oh, my gosh.
This has got to be probably the biggest novelty song from the 70s. Certainly, I think it is.
We had joy, we had fun, we had seasons in the sun, but the hills that we climbed were just seasons out of time. Goodbye, Papa, please pray for me.
How morbid was that song?
Oh my gosh, it was so morbid. And I did a bit of research on this song, and it's apparently an English language adaptation of a Belgian song called The Dying Man. And Terry Jacks, who's a singer, changed some of the lyrics after learning his close friend Roger was suffering from leukemia. So he dedicated this song to Roger. But interestingly, the B-side was a song called Put the Bone In.
Sorry?
It was a song about burying a pet dog.
Oh,
so you bury the dog with its bone.
Gosh, you clarified that.
I know.
I was worried there for a moment.
But also in 1999, Westlife, remember the big 90s band Westlife? Yeah. They had a hit with Seasons in the Sun.
Missed it.
Yes, thank goodness.
Oh, my God. The first time I remember hearing that, I was on a school excursion. We were going to old Sydney town. For those that may actually be, living in the Sydney area, you'll remember that it no longer exists. But I remember it played on the bus on the way home from that excursion, and it just seemed to resonate.
Were you in tears?
No, had no idea.
Right.
No idea. But I remember we had to write a essay composition, I think it was called back in the day, about a song that you really enjoyed. And I think probably 90% of the kids all wrote about this song.
Really?
Yeah.
It did have a big impact at the time, didn't it? It was
massive.
Yeah.
Massive.
Okay, moving on to number 2.
Everybody was kung fu fighting. Those kids were fast as lightning. In fact, it was a little bit frightening. But they fought with expert timing.
Oh, yeah, they fought with expert timing.
Whatever happened to Carl Douglas?
Carl Douglas. Now, everyone in our vintage remembers that immortal song by Carl Douglas from 1974. It was released as a disco song. and went on to top the British, Australian, Canadian and American charts. Very Chinese influency, I guess. There's some little riffs in the song that have a Chinese vibe to them. But it also, I noted about this one, it also came at a time in the 70s where there were a few Chinese things in the market. Hong Kong Phooey.
Oh. Is that politically correct anymore?
No, I don't think it is. That's a whole nother podcast, politically correct stuff. Bruce Lee burst onto the screens, movie screens in the 70s as well. And they introduced a Chinese cook on the TV show Bonanza.
Oh, yeah.
So we were starting to get these Asian influences in Australia in the 70s. So that song kind of really fit, didn't it?
And not bad, given that it originally was a B-side. And it was penned in less than 10 minutes, so the story goes. But also, around that time, for those that may remember, we had the Kung Fu trading cards, and there was a show Kung Fu on TV as well.
Little Grasshopper.
That's it. When you can snatch the pebble from my hand, it is time for you to leave.
Yeah.
My gosh.
Oh, there you go.
Is Carl responsible for all this or not?
Probably. He certainly cashed in on it, didn't he?
I think he's getting a few royalties.
I think so. And I recently bought a T-shirt. I saw it popped up on my Facebook feed, and it says on the front, "Surely not everybody was kung fu fighting." And I love it.
I want to know whether it's actually been in a movie, because all these 70 songs seem to appear in movies or car advertisements. It's if you listen to car advertisements or television, these songs are more than 50 years old, and yet they're still appearing on our televisions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what's next? Alicia Bridges, 1978, right in the middle of the disco era.
Oh, I'm just feeling glitter. I'm just feeling glitter and a mirror ball. I'm getting the vibe.
Oh, it was just fantastic, wasn't it? It went to number 2 in the US and the Billboard National Disco Action Top 30.
And it's a staple, honestly. It's a staple for the LGBTIQ plus community as well.
Yeah, exactly. You're right.
It
is.
So it's spanned generations, and its longevity has been incredible.
And it got a re-release in 1994 to a whole new generation who loved it as well. It's just a fantastic song.
Yeah, look, I'm sure Alicia Bridges, did she go on to anything else?
I don't think so.
No.
Don't think so.
She probably fits into that category of one-hit wonder, right?
She'd be out there somewhere. She's definitely a one-hit wonder, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Well, look, why don't we move on? Talking about disco and whatnot, let's have a bit of a listen.
Wow.
I know.
In the 70s, came out around the same time as Saturday Night Fever and written by the Bee Gees.
Yep, Yvonne Elliman, once again, I think she may have had like a top 50 hit or something after that, but nothing that anyone can remember. But of course, if anyone has watched, and who hasn't, actually I do know someone that hasn't watched Saturday Night Fever as a movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I know. Like, it only came out in 77. But yeah, that was just one of those iconic songs. In fact, that whole soundtrack from Saturday Night Fever, which at the time, until very recently, was the biggest selling soundtrack of all time. But yeah, that song from Yvonne Elliman, penned by the brothers Gibb.
And if you, how lucky was Yvonne Elliman to be able to get a song from the Gibb brothers, because they wrote so many big songs for big artists like, think Islands in the Stream, Woman in Love, Barbara Streisand, Heartbreaker, Dionne Warwick. They wrote Chain Reaction, Diana Ross, and they wrote, Emotion, Samantha Sang, another one-hit wonder. So we'll only ever remember Yvonne Elliman, I think, because of the Bee Gees and that particular song, and how important it is for a song to be a hit, to be released at a certain time.
Yeah, and that whole album, it was never, the movie itself was never meant to be a hit. It was always a precursor to the movie Grease, and just to give John Travolta an airing. The Bee Gees came at a bargain basement price for the producers and everyone to actually get employed. They did the soundtrack, and the rest is history. It was just an absolute phenomenal movie, and the soundtrack was even bigger.
And for me, the whole disco era, and we've got a couple of other disco songs in our list today, the whole disco era seemed to last a long time, but it actually was really only 76 to 80, wasn't it? And then it disappeared. It was like about a 4-year thing, and then it was killed off.
Yeah, look, there was a little bit of a precursor going there in the late 74, 75, but you're right. Like that whole wave happened from about 76 through to 80 when they had the whole death to disco sort of, bring your albums and burn them in the middle of Shea Stadium or whatever it was.
That's it.
But yeah, it seemed like, but the longevity of the genre has lived.
Yeah.
And yeah, look, would I have it any other way? It's a fondness that you recount.
Yeah. And I think that with some of these one-hit wonders, some of them stand the test of time, and there might have been a really big hit at the times. Others don't. This one definitely stands the test of time for me.
I saw a werewolf with a Chinese menu in his hand, walking through the streets of Soho in the rain. He was looking for the place called Lee Ho Fook's. Gonna get a big dish of beef chow mein.
Now, I always thought the lyrics were, and that's a whole nother podcast, Lee Hole of Wolves. But it's actually Lee Ho Fook's, which is a Chinese restaurant in London.
Was it a real restaurant?
A real restaurant, yeah. And so he sings, he was looking for a place called Lee Ho Fook's, gonna get a big dish of beef chow mein. And it was a Chinese restaurant in London.
Is Carl Douglas responsible for the Asian flavour of this as well?
Well, there you go.
I mean, there's a lot to be answered. Did you know, I mean, you may notice, if you want to have a listen to that song again, the riff, the piano riff, was actually inspired by the song Sweet Home Alabama.
Yes, and Can't You Hear It? And then
Yes.
years later, when Kid Rock went on and did All Summer Long, it has the same riff in it.
100%.
Yeah, it's such an easy riff to listen to. But he's technically a one-hit wonder because he did have a bit of a hit with Excitable Boy as well, Warren Zevon. That was a good song.
Yeah, it was a good song. So he's on the cusp. We'll put him on the cusp.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely. And he also, when he was in concert, Warren would often change the lyrics to, you better stay away from him, he'll rip your lungs out, Jim, I'd like to meet his tailor, right? That was the actual lyric. And then he'd change it to, and he's looking to James Taylor.
Oh. Hello, James. He probably didn't need the notoriety, James. I think he's,
And the BBC rated it as having the best opening line in a song. I saw a werewolf with a Chinese menu in his hand. I mean, it's just a great opening line, isn't it?
Yeah, look, who sits down and said, I think I'll write a hit song and then go down that path.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And the fact that Mick Fleetwood from Fleetwood Mac and John McVie was actually featured in that song too.
Yeah, absolutely. They got a run in there, and Tom Cruise lip synced it in The Colour of Money.
Oh,
as
wow.
well. So it got a rerun back with The Colour of Money in 1986. So, yeah.
Oh, okay. Hey, listen, how about we move on?
Okay.
She's got it. Yeah, baby, she's got it. Well, I'm your Venus. I'm your fire at your desire. Well, I'm your Venus. I'm your fire at your desire.
Dutch rock band Shocking Blue, who released it in the Netherlands in the summer of 69, but it didn't actually become a hit until February 1970, so it makes our 70s one-hit wonder list today. Another song that's been covered dozens of times by many bands, probably the most notable for us would be Bananarama, who covered it in 1986, and again, a huge hit.
I don't want to bring this up, and therefore, asterisk, I will. But I'm sure at some stage you told me you misheard the original lyrics. The word Venus was not... Was that you?
No.
Or was that someone else that thought
not me.
it was something that really shouldn't have been getting airplay because
Oh, no, it wasn't
I'm your
me.
Venus? I'm thinking, yeah, male anatomy came into the conversation, and I'm thinking,
Wasn't me.
You sure? All right, we'll leave
go
that
with
one well alone. But yeah. I mean, I remember seeing the film clip, and it was probably one of the first songs I remember as a kid. I must have been about 6.
Yeah.
Hearing it on the radio and thinking, wow.
How good is that?
How good is that?
Now, the next song on our list, we're going to play it from the beginning because it's got one of the best opening riffs from that genre. What a great song. You can't not move when you hear that song start.
If you needed to take any sort of energy drink intake, you'd be thinking, wow, what's going on? But that originally, and I might be proven wrong, I think that came from an original blues and folk sort of song as well, that whole thing, and it's just amped up
Yeah,
so
and
much.
yes, it did, and it became a huge hit for Ram Jam in 1977, and Tom Jones went on to record a version of it, so did Spiderbait. But apparently, I always thought the term Black Betty was a woman. But apparently it refers to a nickname given to a number of objects, including a bottle of whiskey, a whip, or a penitentiary transfer wagon. So if you were getting moved around between jails, the van that would come and get you was always known as a Black Betty.
Yep.
Because they were black back then. So, it's just so much interesting history with that song.
Well, that makes sense, because they used to talk about the Black Mariah as taking away people in vans. So, the Black Betty sort of, taking away to, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm on board with that.
Okay.
But something that, look, we've got to play this one because it's a favourite. I think it was every boy's dream, this film clip. Look, I think it was from 1978.
Yeah, lead singer, wasn't she hot?
Oh, look, the guy was playing the keyboards. All he was wearing was braces and no shirt. So, poor bloke obviously needed to make a bit of money from the music industry. And the girl, well, like I say, I think every 15-year-old boy probably would just be watching that on Countdown. Because we didn't have videos or things like that, or YouTube, they would be watching Countdown just
to see her.
clip.
Well, the band Promises, they were all siblings, the 3 of them in that band.
Yeah.
So that's interesting, isn't it?
And the only other song that I remember that they had, or it might have been the B-side to that, and whoever remembers, was something to do with golf.
Oh, really?
Yes. And oh my
goodness.
Yeah, I don't want to go there.
Well, it became a smash hit around the world, especially in Europe and Australia, but mainly thanks to Molly playing it so much on Countdown, it got a run, and that's why it took off here. So,
I think it just didn't need Molly. I think, it would have taken off all on its very lonesome.
Yes. Well, this next song, we all know the words to this. We can all sing along to this.
Baby, come back. Any kind of fool could see there was something in everything about you. Baby, come back. You can blame it all on me. I was wrong, and I just can't live without you.
Oh, who doesn't want a boyfriend like that? You can blame it all on me.
Was the guy that was the lead singer of that, didn't he go on to a career in daytime soaps like Days of Our Lives?
Yeah,
or
Ron
the young,
Moss. He was one of the guitarists, I think, on that. He went on to be Ridge, I think, on Bold and the Beautiful. How do I know that?
I'm sorry, what's this? I think.
Yeah, because I
okay.
recognise the name as well. But so it was released in late 77 for their self-titled album for Player, and it achieved a lot of success for the band, and it was written by a guy called Peter Beckett. Now, does that name ring a bell to you at all?
I think I used to live next door to him.
Right.
Yep.
No.
No, okay.
Not this Peter Beckett, because he went on to write songs for Janet Jackson, Olivia Newton-John, The Temptations, and Kenny Rogers. And he also did a stint in the Little River Band. He played in the Little River Band for about 8 years when they were trying to break into the US market.
Wow. So when I was collecting his mail, putting his bins out, wrong Peter Beckett. That's what
Yeah,
you're saying?
yeah,
Okay.
that's it. Yeah,
okay, all
yeah.
right.
And the song was written after two of the band members apparently had broken up from their girlfriends.
Right. As
Yeah.
all good songs should be about.
Well, that's
that
right.
heartfelt sort of, okay.
Yeah.
Let's have a listen to something that is one of my personal faves.
Born to be alive. Born to be alive. You see, we're born.
You know what? The reason I like this is because there used to be an under-18s disco at the local YMCA. Mm-hmm. And when they wanted to get kids out at the end of the night, they would play this.
Why? I thought they would have got them onto the dance floor.
You'd think so, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
But when you're cool and you're 15, the last thing you want to hear, apparently, is Patrick Hernandez.
Doing Born to Be Alive.
Yeah, I loved it.
Did you dance to it?
15-year-old boys don't dance, really, do
Oh.
they? They just sort of look like they're having some sort of,
Yeah.
medical episode.
Yeah, that's right. Well,
Yeah.
because I had this when you said it was one of your favourite songs. I had this image of you in your, in your red satin pants and your shirt with the fluff down the front, doing a bit of a
You were there, weren't you?
yeah. There you go.
You were there. Would have had the...
Stalking you.
Yeah, sorry.
That was a huge hit in 1979, and gold status in the US, all around Europe, Australia as well. So and interestingly, with Patrick Hernandez, he was touring the United States at one stage there with the song, and he held auditions in New York for dancers to accompany him on his tour. And the chosen dancers included a young Madonna, who he dated for a short time.
Is that right?
Yeah. How about that? Isn't that incredible?
Wow, Madonna. Who would have thought she'd gone on to anything else?
That's right. Who?
Inspired.
Now, this next song, Spirit in the Sky, is a song written by American singer Norman Greenbaum. Never understood his name. Very interesting name. Was released in December 1969, so again out of our decade, but didn't chart in Australia till 1970. Rolling Stone magazine ranked Spirit in the Sky number 333 on its list of the 500 greatest songs of all time. It was also voted one of the top 10 one-hit wonders in a Rolling Stone readers' poll.
Wow, and not bad for a Jewish guy to write essentially a Christian-based song, really, right?
When I die and I lay me to rest, gonna go to the place that's the best. When I lay me down to die, going up to the spirit in the sky.
Yeah, several religious references in there.
There's a lot there. Fortunately, they didn't do a top 1,000 and it didn't come in at 666.
Yes.
So
that's a good thing.
That is a good thing. But yeah, just the fact that Greenbaum was Jewish and chose to write that, I don't know.
And
how
I think
that-
he got inspired with that song from John Lennon. I think he talks about and says that Lennon talked about when he went through the whole religious thing in his life in the 70s as well. I think that's
Yeah.
where it came from.
Wow.
Let's move along.
Movie star, oh movie star. You think you are a movie? Movie star, oh movie star. You think you are a movie star.
Swedish singer-songwriter Harpo, who apparently wrote the song while sitting by his window, dedicating it to a friend of his who had aspirations of becoming an actor. Apparently this actor tells the story of an individual who believes they are A-list, working with the likes of Steve McQueen and James Dean, when instead it's been revealed that they only appeared in one television commercial.
Bit like myself, really.
That's
I mean, I think that came out around, was it 76?
Yeah,
somewhere
76,
around
yeah,
there?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I remember first year of high school, and there was a lot of stuff going on, whether it was ABBA or whether it was Harpo. I don't know what happened to his brothers, Groucho, Chico. No?
There you go.
No?
No,
Oh,
no.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Speaking about dancing and movie stars,
Dancing in the city, alleys that we run through. Now we've just begun to have fun tonight.
Marshall Hayne was the name of that band. I thought it was like a band, but it actually comes from, it's a duo.
Oh.
And there's a keyboard player, Julian Marshall, and the bass player was Kit Hayne. That's where you get your Marshall Hayne from. And they met when they were students in school, a bit like you and I.
I had no idea. I thought Marshall Hayne, it was just a...
A band name, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was and Kit Hayne, the lady in that song, she has written songs. She went on to write songs for Heart, Cyndi Lauper, Peter Cetera, and even Chaka Khan.
Wow, so Peter Cetera from Chicago, right?
Yeah.
Wow, did they
Yeah.
get around to that? They've got this job description that sort of said whether it's the Bee Gees or Marshall Hayne, they all do stuff that you just don't realise.
They do stuff for other artists, and
100%.
that. I mean, I'm sure that goes on today as well. But when we talked earlier about Fleetwood Mac playing in a song, and this they go on to play incredible. They may not have had hits themselves, which makes them a one-hit wonder, but maybe their songs were hits for other people.
No doubt, sitting in the Seychelles, somewhere with a drink with a little umbrella in it,
That's
very
right.
happy with themselves.
The royalties.
London, Paris, Munich, everybody talk about pop music. Talk about pop music. Talk about pop music. Pop music. Pop music. Sitting in the subway, shuffle with a shoe shine. Makes me a Molotov. I'm on the headline. Wanna be a gunslinger, don't be a rock singer. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, which way you wanna go? Talk about.
English musician Robin Scott fronting the band M, who had a hit with that. It was originally going to be an R&B hit, but before it just went crazy. And one of Robin Scott's friends suggested they put synthesizers in it, and all of a sudden it went nuts on the disco charts.
Yeah.
So,
It was one of those early synth sort of hits, wasn't it? Before synth became a thing. And once again, the memories for me is, as I tend to look at these things, it was the first song they would play as you would walk in
Yeah.
to this under-18s disco.
Yeah.
This is all coming back to me now. But it was an amazing song.
All of the songs, bar the first one, Terry Jack's Seasons in the Sun, are really good to dance to. Aren't they?
Don't you dance to Terry Jacks?
No,
No
I
slow
don't.
dance?
No,
Okay,
I
all
tend to drink a bottle of Chardonnay. Anyway, yeah. So okay, and Robin Scott in an interview said he was looking at making a song which was a fusion of various styles, which would somehow summarise the last 25 years of pop music, and it was a deliberate point he was trying to make. Rock and roll created a generation gap. Disco, though, brought people together, which is what he wanted to do. And I guess that's true, isn't it?
It's true until
Yeah.
1980 when they decided to burn all those
That's
albums in
right.
the middle of Shea Stadium. But you talk about like synth and sort of groundbreaking music. I think this one was a little bit out there as well.
Lena Lovitch, isn't that fun?
Oh, how quirky and new wave was that?
Yeah, isn't it great? When
It's amazing.
Yeah, and it came out. That was actually released as the B-side for another song that she sang, which was "I Think We're Alone Now," and that went on to be a really big hit for Tiffany years later in the 80s.
Why is it that this has come? I mean, I don't know how many DJs back in the day would have been thinking, yeah, we're supposed to be playing I Think We're Alone Now, but yeah, let's play the B-side.
Let's play ooh, ooh,
Yeah.
whatever it is.
Makes
yeah.
sense,
Got,
makes
got
sense.
very positive reviews from music critics and was a commercial success. It was number 2 here in Australia.
Number 2.
Yeah.
This-
Now, this next song we're going to play, the artist didn't like this song. It was one of those cases where he was forced to record something for a record company, which he did. This was the song that he recorded.
Driving over Canaan, singing to my soul. There's people out there turning music into gold.
Do you recognise someone on the backing vocals?
Oh, if Stevie Nicks wasn't on that, would it have been? I think it still would have made sort of.
Yeah,
maybe
still
an
broody, isn't it?
It's broody.
Yeah, 1979. That one was top 5 in the US, Canada, and Australia. And he used to be in the group Kingston Trio, so he left and went out on his own, and did that song. So yeah, it was great song. A bit broody though, not as dancey.
And once again. My memory of this, I was on a train. I know I'm just boring people with this. I was on a train. I was going to Circular Quay with a group of friends. We were going to the beach as you would. You'd catch 3 or 4 trains to go to the beach. And this bloke was trying to impress this girl. And he was talking about, I really love this song, Gold, and I'm thinking, you don't. You got no idea.
You just want to throw an arm around that girl and...
But he had the transistor radio there and he, But there you go. Who has a tranny anymore?
Yeah.
Are they called trannies? I don't think.
I don't think you can say that anymore.
Let's listen to something else at this point.
With your rhythm stick, hit me. Je t'adore, ich liebe dich. Hit me with your rhythm stick. Hit me slowly, hit me quick. Hit me.
Yes, we thought we'd close out the podcast today with that song because I have absolutely no idea what it's about when he goes into a bit of German there, whatever he says, and hit me. Is that a metaphor for something else? Hit me with your rhythm stick?
No.
What does it mean?
There's genuinely rhythm sticks out there. I'm surprised you haven't got one off Temu yet because, they're used for just about anything.
What, hitting people?
You can't do that anymore.
No.
No.
Ian Drury and the Blockheads.
Yeah, rhythm sticks and, I don't know. Let's leave it alone.
Yeah, that was his only hit. And, well, that wraps up our 70s one-hit wonders.
And we have not even scratched the surface.
Oh, no.
I mean, there's just so much. Were there any memories in there for you?
Oh, yeah, all of those songs. Loved them. I mean, we haven't touched on things like, Convoy, C.W. McCall. That was a one-hit wonder for him. And there are heaps of stuff out there. But anyway, we tried to sort of pick a nice mix of weird one-hit wonders that we thought you would enjoy.
Yeah, look, if you've got one that's a favourite, why don't you drop us a line as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On our Facebook page. Thank you.
Hey, guess what?
What?
I'm going off on my mirror ball.
Oh, you put your red pants back
Put
on?
my red pants back on.
Look forward to it.
I'm doing everyone a favour.
Send me photos.
I'll see you later.
Bye.
The views and opinions expressed on the Big 60 are personal and reflect those of the hosts and guests. They do not represent the views or positions of any affiliated organisations or companies. This podcast is intended for informational and entertainment purposes only and should not be construed as professional advice. Please consult with a qualified professional for guidance on any personal matters.
And before we go, let's give credit where credit is due. Kaylee Harris and I came up with all the genius content for this week's episode. Our producer, Nick Abood, well, he keeps the lights on and makes sure we don't accidentally upload a cat video instead of a podcast. So thanks for keeping us on track, Nick. Nick?